So as you guys probably know, we've talked a lot about Japanese artists getting harassed by the Twitter police, Westerners who often like to harass Asian artists for various reasons, including saying that they made a character too light-skinned and then fixing the design. However, that's not what's going on in this one. This is more of the newer approach that the Twitter police have been taking, which is accusing an artist of using AI, of not actually drawing the art that they're posting. That takes us to this artist, Shio, who had posted this art saying, "Cream the Rabbit," hashtag Sonic the Hedgehog, hashtag Cream the Rabbit, to which this Twitter cop, Lisnovsky, says, "So, how long for people to realize these are AI?"
I really think that this needs to stop. These accusations of things being AI generated, and especially whenever you don't really have any point of reference other than looking at a couple of things, because like here's the problem and here's the reason why. Who cares? Well, honestly, bro, you're right. You're right. That's a great question. Who cares? Great point. However, here's the issue, is that when this kind of stuff happens, these artists get harassed massively because in the art community, AI is seen as, like basically using a demons, right? It's like you probably, if you were performing blood rituals in order to get if you were using human blood in order to get a certain different color in a painting, you would get less hate than if you used AI. I'm just saying. Everybody, we all know this is true, right? Even though I just made it up. Everybody knows I'm right. And so anyway, this happens. And these people realize it's AI. And then these people get harassed like crazy. That's what it is. They get harassed like crazy.
Time of this screenshot provided by Savvy, we can see that Lisnova's tweet had like 24,000 likes, causing numerous people to also brigade Shio, accusing Shio of using AI, in which you can see some of the responses here. For example, this one reading, "Listen, if you want to prove you made it by yourself, show us a time lapse of the drawing at high speed."
Oh my God. So it's like, we're going to accuse you of something with no evidence, and now you have to prove that our accusation isn't true. Let me think, how many cases are there in history of we're going to accuse you of something and then you have to prove that it's not true? Has there ever been a case of that happening where the people that did it weren't the bad guys? Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's like burn the witch. Yeah, prove you're not a witch. It's crazy. Yes, the witch trials. I know, it's so annoying. Is this games journalism? It's worse. It's Twitter journalism. Oh wait, what's the difference?
So the whole process is shown short like this. They got a response from someone who says they don't have to do anything if they don't want to which that person responds saying, then they will still be accused for using AI.
See, this is the problem people have on Twitter, is that the issue is that people try to pay this credibility, and look at how many likes this is getting. Like, this is massively ratioing this. And like these self-righteous, abusive, hyperbolic people are just taking over social media in a lot of places, and it's exhausting. And I feel like a lot of people are just kind of getting tired of it. People are getting tired of this shit because they see fundamentally what these people are bullies. These people are fundamentally bullies, and they want to tell everybody else what to do. And I think that average, well-intentioned, good-natured people don't want to be around that. It's uncomfortable. It's unpleasant. They're fucking losers. Yeah, they are fucking losers. You're right.
Man, what a weirdo. Another one saying, "Sorry, but that's AI." Similarly, this one saying, "You use AI. Shh." Now, the specific tweet of Shios that they're responding to here is a bit unclear because it has since been deleted. But we can very reasonably presume that they were either posting this on the direct tweet that Shio made of Cream the Rabbit, or a tweet they made addressing the AI accusations or something of the sort. Regardless, Shio would eventually address this in a different tweet that has not been deleted. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But first, as more and more people began to defend Shio and call out the Twitter police for being a bunch of absolute creeps, Lisnovsky also got a ton of backlash for the tweet that they made that once again got over 20,000 likes. Eventually, Lisnovsky making this response that reads, "Good morning. I just woke up, and after looking at the events, I guess I have some apologizing to do. I'm sorry for posting that comment, really.
See, this is like the third or fourth time this has happened. Where like somebody goes and they make an accusation like this that it's made with AI, and then somehow now everybody, oops, I guess I accidentally got you a bunch of hate for no reason. My bad. I understand mistakes happen. But man, how many times we got to have the same mistake happen?
Just privated. The post got community noted, all without me noticing. I guess I can say things got blown out of proportion. I also apologize to people for acting extremely awful towards the post, getting viral, quote unquote. Despite that not being something I was expecting. I didn't mean for a civil war to happen in the comments. Things got out of control very quick, honestly. I should have deleted the post sooner. I'm sorry if the words don't go through properly. Despite being Argentinian, I don't like my country nor my language, so I've been using English for 10 years now, and I'm still not good at typing stuff still.
Okay.
However, people in the responses are not having that. For example,
because people are fucking tired of this shit, bro. Like, they're tired of these fucking weird, this like fucking inquisition of these faceless, nameless freaks that sit around on social media and accuse you of things with no evidence, dramatically exaggerate things, use it as a justification to harass you, and then act like they're the ones that are being oppressed. People are fucking tired of this shit. It's so annoying. Yeah, it's obnoxious. Like, I hate this shit, bro. Like, I think everybody does. I feel like people got tired of it like 2 years ago. And now you're seeing some people that just haven't gotten the message. 100% they wanted to harass the artist, and now they only walk it back because they're receiving hate for it. I think that, like, this might just be, this is a personal opinion, but I think that a lot of people like to spread lies about other people in order to make that person look bad because they're unhappy about the position that that person is in. And so, like, that's really what it is. And so, like, yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, exactly right. And so lies are for spreading, don't you know? Yeah, and so that's what I think is happening a lot, is that font sales and other people are doing this because they can't draw for shit. Look at their profiles. They're drawing like children. They don't have much to lose. The fact is that Pablo Picasso said he took him 3 years to draw like Michelangelo or Leonardo da Vinci. I forgot which one. And it took him 30 years to draw like a child. So being able to not having a high skill level of like, you know, like you can look at somebody like Basquiat or you know, fucking Jackson Pollock or you know, Andy Warhol, and not everybody has to be Salvador Dali level of illustration. You don't have to have that. You can be abstract. I mean, there's impressionist painting as a macro idea, and so, or Van Gogh. Well, he was impressionist, right? And yeah. And so, like, Caravaggio, yeah, you don't need to do that. And so, this is the problem that I think a lot of people have with art, is that I think a lot of people, I don't know, I could talk about this for a while. I'll talk about this for a while. It's a totally different point. That was Pablo Picasso, but okay, so you bring up a really good point. These people, Pablo Picasso learned how to draw like Michelangelo in 3 years. This person couldn't learn how to draw like Michelangelo in 30. So, yeah, that's true. That's the same as like, oh yeah, Bill Gates dropped out of college, so it's okay for me to drop out of college. Yeah, he dropped out of Harvard. You dropped out of community college. It's a little bit different. So, yeah, no, good point. But all I'm saying is like, I think these people miss the point of art.
I'd be saying the honorable thing for you to do is delete your account. Go crawl back to Tumblr and take a few years to reflect on why you really did that. Another saying, I hope you sent them a private apology. And Lifsnovsky saying, I did, but it seems I can't send them any more messages after sending 5 of them. Similarly below that one, a response saying, apologize to the artist directly.
Yep.
And yeah, it is pretty weird that they didn't tag the artist directly in this tweet. Like, they directly quote tweeted the artist originally and sent that accusation to them.
It's because if you have a private account, I don't think that you can be tagged by people that you're not following. I don't think that there's if they privated their account, that's the reason.
But then when they make this so-called apology, they're not going to tag them at all. For some reason, this is something that's fairly common on Twitter. in situations like this where people harass an artist and get backlash and make some apology or whatever, this is not the first time I've seen them not tag the artist. It makes the apology come off rather questionable and insincere.
Or
they're still hoping
blocked.
that the accusations stick in a way. Like, oh, here's the apology that no one knows who I'm specifically referring to unless they're in the loop with the situation. But anyways, that takes us back over to Madam Savvy and a quote tweet that she made responding to that apology post from Lisnovsky. And we're specifically taking a look at this as well because Shio actually responded to this tweet, which we'll get to after we get all the context, of course. So Savvy says, a tale of caution. There's a lot of garbage humans out there, like the person I'm quoting now. You must be wondering what led to this. Another loser.
Jealousy, boredom, and narcissism. It's actually really simple what led to it. I think we all know exactly what led to it. That's what it is. That is the way that you explain 95% of hate on the internet.
Viciously attacked another artist for using quote-unquote AI. That post went viral, and through the user's own vitriol and others, the artist in question had to go private temporarily. Any attempt to provide evidence was, of course, ignored. And the poor artist received endless hate, cruel words, and was even accused of not even being Japanese. All you had to do is go to the user's media tab and you would see progress images and their tablet. But no, this ugly loser accused...
So this person already has a lot of evidence of their art, of them actually being an artist, but like this image gets... So it's not even like this is out of fucking nowhere. Why do so many losers take the internet so seriously? It's so cringe, bro. I get why you say that. But you got to understand that for every person that says that, 99 out of 100 of them don't have to live it. I can say that because I'm getting people writing fucking news articles every day about me being a Nazi or me hating. Who do I hate today? Let's put on a blindfold and throw a dart at the dartboard. Oh, today I hate women. You know, that's it. And so basically that fat people, right? Or something like that. And so a lot of people, and I'm speaking as somebody who actually has to deal with this a lot of people don't like dealing with, and they actually can't deal with the amount of hate, harassment, and criticism that they get. They really can't deal with it. And they might think that they can, but there's a corrosive after effect that it has. And that corrosive after effect just really gets worse over time. And I think also people don't want to go onto a social media platform and get attacked. They don't want to share their art and have people constantly talk shit about them. Because like you ask yourself, what is the benefit of them doing that? What is the benefit of that happening? What's the reason? Right? Like, why would you do that? Why would you willingly put yourself in this situation in a regular basis that makes you uncomfortable, unhappy, and mad? Are you immune to that corrosive effect yourself? I'm not immune to it. Like, I don't like, the thing is that if you do the same, like there's like maybe 5 or 6 streamers like that get a lot of hate, right? I would say it's like me, Hassan, XQC, Pokimane, let's see, who else but Destiny, Iron Mouse. I don't think Iron Mouse gets that much. Ninja. Train hasn't done a whole lot recently. Yeah, Pirate Software for a while. It goes back and forth. Aiden gets it for a bit and then it goes away. But like, anyway, you know, you ask any of us, we're going to say the same thing. It's like, you can deal with it, but it would definitely be better if you didn't have to. Right? It's like, it's an unpleasant reality, but that's just it.
Someone of AI. The only reason anyone does this is to cause trouble. An individual who would use AI would have nothing to lose, but an artist who does not would have everything to lose. there's zero reason to make petulant AI call-out posts and independent artists. Business are different, but this, to do it in such a hateful manner,
I don't think a business is any different, personally. I think that if you're making an accusation that's baseless, the action is what's bad. And to say that the recipient is like, it matters like who the recipient is, like, I think in like very rare circumstances it can make sense, but I think in most cases it can't. If you're lying and misleading people and spreading lies and doing it intentionally or without any sort of regard to the truth, it's bad regardless.
Okay. Every week, some new loser comes along clout chasing. I wish I had more screenshots to show how absolutely abhorrent these people were, but you get the point. I think it's disgusting to put an artist through so much stress. It could ruin their business or even their hobby to be attacked like that. Shio was the artist attacked. If you like Sonic art, feel free to check them out. Very cute work. You can also search the name and see what kind of horrible things were said.
Yeah,
and
insane.
Savvy including a number of other examples of people harassing the artist. I'm not going to go through all this stuff. Some of it would even be a bit much to show here on YouTube. But essentially, to summarize it, you got all manner of accusations from people accusing Shio of using AI to be an PDF file. As mentioned, also accusing Shio of not actually being Japanese. And other people trying to self-promote themselves, harassing Shio and being like, look at my art instead. Which takes me to my next point, and then we'll take like a Shio's response. This point, though, is that a lot of people who accuse other artists of using AI and stuff like that are artists themselves, and I find that so weird. Like, you would think artists have some sort of mutual respect and kindness to each other, and generally
that's why they do it, is because they're trying to make the other person look bad because they're insecure.
From what I've seen, but then you have this other subset of like
I never see successful artists doing this. I always see like these like really small or like, you know, lower to mid tier artists that are trying to call this stuff out.
Cop clout
chasing. It's never people that are successful
try
doing
to
this.
cancel other artists and get them harassed and use that to promote their art. It's seriously beyond pathetic. And so, as mentioned, hopping over to Shio's account, Shio responds to Savvy's tweet, the one we just read, and says, "When I first saw the quote you wrote, my heart was immediately drawn in. I can't even describe how deeply those words resonated with me. As I repeatedly read that passage for hours, tears wouldn't stop flowing. Before I knew it, my emotions were overflowing, and I was surprised at how deeply moved I was. The thoughts and pain that I usually keep buried inside seemed to lighten because of your quote. It meant so much to me. I'm truly filled with gratitude. Your words have been a source of encouragement and have given me hope. Thank you so much." However, some people would defend...
That's nice, yeah, for sure. And I think also, like, a lot of people like to meme on a person like that for being emotional in a situation like this. But I think that whenever you contextualize it around, like, usually a lot of these artists, I'm not trying to stereotype, but a lot of them are kind of sensitive, you know? And, you know, you have these people that are really putting themselves out there in the most creative and vulnerable way possible. And then they get accused of something that's not even really true. And then they're getting attacked by a mass mob of people that are saying things that are just like absolutely abhorrent and disgusting. Really, I don't think the human brain is like made to contextualize that, right? Like, it's like we're not really programmed to deal with that.
false accusations and actually get upset at Savvy's tweet. For example, this one saying, "Wait, are you trying to defend AI images and are now calling out the..."
Oh my God. What are these people doing?
Person who rightfully pointed it out while having no control of what people who saw it started saying? What's wrong with you? AI is not art, it's art theft. What is this person even talking about? Where's Savvy defending AI images? They're defending a person from falsely being accused of using AI. This person's like actually doubling down and defending the harasser.
Of course they are.
And go figure, that person's pin tweet is them talking about how their commissions are open for stuff like Sonic art. Going back to what we were just talking about a few minutes ago, someone would call them out saying their point is that it wasn't AI art. If you went onto the artist's timeline, there's progress images and such that were left out by the initial accuser. Isn't that convenient? But the OP says, "But there's so much I'm missing, but noticing as well. Like I never heard of a cream as a hedgehog challenge." Where was that even a thing, though? Maybe I'm out of the loop. I don't recall the initial tweet ever talking about some like challenge, though. They're just like cream the hedgehog.
There's never
The frick are they talking about, dude? And excuse me, it says Cream the Rabbit,
Oh
not
my
Hedgehog
God.
even. The point is, those persons like making
Actual
stuff up
character?
and getting mad
Yeah.
about it, it looks like. I also have to think maybe they used AI, but drew over it to make it seem legitimate. There was a
This is like, yeah, I know that I'm making this up with no justification and I'm completely wrong, but I'm not willing to totally concede that I'm wrong. I'm just going to say that I'm probably wrong, but there's some cases where I'm not. Like, it's like this person is like flailing around, drowning in a sea of lies, and they're trying to like hold on to anything to fucking stay afloat. That's it. It's this mental gymnastics. Yes, exactly.
thing called Mobius AI that seems to produce the same stuff the artist did.
Wow.
Plus, people who are using AI will usually make fake work in progress stuff as well. So you can understand why I'm questioning a lot of things.
I really feel like what would solve this problem, as I said before, is if you had to make your profile picture your driver's license photo. I feel like all these problems on Twitter would be removed. Like 95% of these problems would be totally removed. That's China, by the way. China has different problems. But going back to what I was saying, I think this would solve a lot of problems.
Oh my gosh, the terminally
Agreed.
online.
I mean, I don't really mean that you should do that, but what I mean is that these people, like, if you knew who this person really was, everybody would just think that they're the most ridiculous, unreasonable, stupid, not to be taken seriously person on the entire internet. And the only reason why people take it seriously is because it's like just some random face that nobody even knows who it is. That's really the point that I'm making, right? It's not even the accountability. It's that, who is this person? Like, this is the thing, is like on Facebook, like this used to always be the case. Like, you would see somebody that's like talking about everybody else being stupid. You see that they work at McDonald's and they're like 29 and like they didn't, like, you know, it says like, you know, you started high school in like 2006 and then like you don't have a point where you ended high school, and now that was like a long time ago and you're working at McDonald's. And so like you just put 2 on top of 2 there, right? And then this is the person that's calling you stupid, right? And like arguing with you about like science, or like telling you the earth is flat. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, like that, because like to me, like that means a lot, because it puts it into perspective. You see what I'm saying? It does.
Behavior from this person is like off the charts. It's like
It's
crazy.
it's a firmament.
And yeah, this
True.
is the sort of person who will back up false accusations about other people on Twitter. So if you're ever getting harassed by people like this, just keep in mind this is the sort of person that's coming after you. Mm-hmm. On a more wholesome note, we've got this Geen profile pic, based Geen profile pic person responding here to Savvy's
So I
tweet.
like watching stuff like this is because like I feel like it's good for me to try to, you know, give these people a little bit of like, I know what it's like to be harassed like this by people a lot. And especially whenever you're not used to it, it can be really upsetting for you. And so, like, I think that for people like that, there's a lot of solace that they get out of being able to see that actually, no, everybody doesn't fucking hate you. You're not a piece of shit. Like, this is just a handful of very unreasonable, crazy people that, yeah, it's overwhelming, right? So I like to make videos and talk about this for, I mean, you know, multiple reasons. That's one of them, though.
Saying, I'm noticing a pattern. An artist gets accused of AI and it's from other artists. It's a shame that some folks would rather witch hunt another artist rather than learn from them. Your art isn't going to improve with that mindset.
No,
and finally, going back to Shio's Twitter account, once again, you can find them over on Twitter at which, yeah, I'm not even going to try reading that out loud, but I will have it in the description for you to copy paste over in Twitter if you'd like to go find them there. And Shio's most recent pinned tweet, as you can see, is this one saying test.
Wow,
First time
AI.
I've tried using a time lapse, but I don't feel very good about it. Like, I'm being monitored. And so that is the situation. Hope you enjoyed my coverage. If you did,
I hope if she ever sees this, don't ever start doing time lapses just to make people that hate you happy. They never gonna like you. They always hate you. They hate themselves. They see something about you that's better than what they see in themselves, and so it makes them hate you. It's got nothing to do really with that. And so, like, the more that you tolerate this behavior, the more that you try to, curate your language and your behavior to accommodate them, the more that you become less like yourself and more like them. And do you really want to be like this loser who sits around all day and talks shit and complains? Absolutely fucking not. So that's what I think. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm feeling, right? Never negotiate with terrorists. There you go.
Please consider liking and or subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, I totally fucking agree with this. Absolutely. Yep. And as that way, there's so many different religions, people don't want to begin with the movement. Yeah, there's a video. Give it a like. This one came out just a bit ago, so make sure to give this one a like and give it some help in the algorithm for sure. And it's a good video. Yeah, it was. I think it's a great video, and I feel like this kind of stuff is really beneficial. And it's important to have content like this out there because a lot of people need to push back on this kind of stuff, considering how I think corrosive and damaging it is. I really do.